I think we should talk about that. The secondary market. Are you guys involved with that? I figured you want to talk about it and clear that up.
Right. No, I don't. Do I want to? So let's. Yeah. No. It's. Listen. Secondary is a complex business. At LiveNation Concert Company. Let's distinguish Ticketmaster from LiveNation for a second, then we'll work backwards. LiveNation Concert Company does not put any tickets on StubHub or TM Plus in terms of take tickets off manifest, place them on secondary. Not one. That's not our business. So that's step one. So I get asked that at times. There's no version of life that I take YouTube tickets, don't tell them, put them on StubHub, and make $400 a ticket. Not the way you run an artist-centered company long term. So that doesn't happen at all. We don't have a deal with StubHub, like maybe some other promoters do. We don't get paid by DTI or anyone, so we don't have any experience. We have no version of we take risk on a secondary business. My goal every day is, I believe, ultimately, the way to solve secondary is to price the house better. Leave it, quit being so bashful. If they're going to pay more, charge more, and then ultimately lock it down with a verified technology type of format where you can get that $100 ticket direct to your fan. We as a company have no vested interest for secondary to win. We have a vested interest for the pot to get bigger, the artists to say, we're brilliant, we made them more money. That's ultimately how we win. So that's on the concert side. On Ticketmaster, we have a company called Ticketmaster Plus, which is a marketplace, which again, mostly driven by the sports leagues, the NFL, and NBA, and NHL, who have long embraced secondary in terms of trying to capture it. We power their exchange systems, their marketplaces. So if you want to buy a Lakers ticket, you can put it on TM Plus and sell it at a premium, and we make the service fee.
You guys are protecting the fan with that because you know it's a real ticket that way.
Real ticket, right. Well, listen, what happened is on the Ticketmaster side, we got frustrated. We're a marketplace to come and buy a ticket. So at 3-4 years ago, at 10 o'clock, you'd come to buy a Beyonce ticket, and we basically put a sign up that said, sorry, we're closed, go to StubHub for the next 8 months. And so we put all this money out, buy all these contracts from the venues, and StubHub runs away with the consumer, and everyone thinks, well, what a great service, I got a Beyonce ticket. So ultimately, we believe that Ticketmaster, the marketplace, when a customer wants to buy a ticket, and it's sold out, we should be able to provide them an opportunity to buy a legitimate, official, secondary ticket when allowed by the artist. Mostly though, it's sports business where it's all free game on that side. So again, Ticketmaster is a marketplace that lets people post tickets. We don't post inventory. LiveNation never posts inventory. And then you get to the, are there some artists who are taking some of the manifest and doing something with it? I don't hear, very, very small percent do I hear that actually really happens as much as people talk about it. But listen, there's DTI, there's Dynasty, there's everyone running around right now talking to managers, agents, and anyone alive saying, give me a bunch of those 500 P1s and I'll make you a bunch of money, right? So some artists, if that's what they want to do, I'm in the whatever you want to do artist business, right? So if an artist wants to ultimately take some of his tickets and do a deal with DTI or StubHub or whoever, that's his ticket and his business.
All right, well, as long as we're on Ticketmaster, let's talk about Verified Fan. You guys had a massive swing with that, rolling it out with Taylor, the biggest tour of the year. That could have gone either way. Is it working, and was there more to come with that?
I think it's a great start, right? I think it's the first, Ticketmaster ultimately in 17 and forward is going to really continue to pivot. And listen, Ticketmaster for 40 years has been primarily worried about taking care of the venue, because that's what the business was. You have the exclusive deal at Madison Square Gardens, and really your primary business was to service the sports teams, because the venue probably was an owner of the sports team. And if you secured that exclusive deal with the venue, when the concerts came to town, they were kind of, the second, kind of the tail of the dog. But the customer really was the NBA or NHL owner who owned the venue, and you spent all your time worrying about season tickets and 190 tools that Ticketmaster could do to take care of the venue. And that's what we got to keep doing and providing I'm so proud of the last 3 years. We spent a lot of money, revamped our platform. We don't have all that technical debt that we used to hear about. We've had all-time record renewals. But what Ticketmaster also has to do is also make sure going forward that we start powering the artist in his agenda. So 17, under Dave Marcus and others, and Mark Gilbit's, verified fan, sitting with artists and talking about, first of all, how should you price your ticket? How can you get that ticket directly to your fan? The ultimate, what an artist always talks about, right, is I want to charge, I don't care, I can charge $1,000 for the front row. I don't want my brand to say that, I want to charge $190. And can you make sure my fan can actually buy it, not a scalper? So I think as an industry, any way we can find a way to say, I can make sure Bill, your fan, got the $190 ticket, not the scalper, that's a good movement. Verified fan, through our algorithm and registering, I think we made great progress overall in a lot of these tours. Pearl Jam we just announced, and Bruce Springsteen on Broadway. We made great progress in registering fans and making sure, in Taylor Swift's case, actual fans got the ticket at the price she wanted. It's not perfect yet, we gotta get faster at it, less hoops, but any way as an industry we can verify fans and make sure whatever the price is the artist wants, we as an industry can get it to them. I think that's a great way we have to end up. So I think the ultimate way, ultimately, the artist should control the ticket is my belief. He should price the house however he wants. We're gonna always push him to probably make sure he prices it realistically, so we don't have $2 billion in secondary sitting on the other side, because as long as there's $8 billion in secondary, we can all work all hard all day and point fingers at who's doing what, but that's a real industry of professional bots monetizing the $8 billion from the business. That to me should be in the pot with the artist and the sports teams. But regardless of how much comes there, we got to figure out how the artist can price the house the way he should, sell his ticket direct, give him his data, power his business, and ultimately help him get to his fan direct so he has that relationship.
Over on Ticketmaster, let's talk about the $800 million investment into technology to transform the company into a technology company. That was an epic swing and big financial risk. What made you take that risk?
I don't know where we got 800 million, but we, yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't be 800 million, but we spent tens and tens of millions of dollars. When we took over Ticketmaster, it had a 27-year-old platform. It's well known, like a green screen. It was crazy, and the challenge was it was running off a 27-year-old platform. And the irony was you couldn't find a 22-year-old that could work on it because only a 50-year-old would know how to code in Box, which is a 27-year-old platform. So when I took over Ticketmaster, its strategy was always it's stable, not flexible, right? Because the 10 a.m. on sale. We brought Ticketmaster to, we believe that there's a marketplace business, which is about solving the consumer problem. When he comes to Ticketmaster, he wants a ticket, solve his problem. Ticketmaster to date still is 70 million plus monthly uniques, larger than anyone, third largest commerce site in the world. Sold over 500 million tickets at the site or the website or the mobile app. So we're proud that that business